or a combination of both? Definitely music is an art form because of the expressions. It's an expression of thoughts, emotions, creativity. A lot of times abstract ideas, creating patterns of melody and rhythm, sometimes blended into lyrics, other times just the form itself is enjoyable. For it to become, for an art form to become a science, should we really think an art form has to become, particularly music? There's a concept of sound. Sound itself is physics. So, the frequency, beats, all of these terminologies that we hear, pitch, all of these are very frequently heard in science. So, whether we attribute it as science or not, it's already there. Science is there. And anything that you build a logic around has to be scientific. No matter whatever art form we take, it will have science in it. The way you approach something will make it science. Again, the science to become an art. First you learn, yeah, go ahead.
Can I kindly request everybody to take their seats? So we'll definitely have no attention concerns here, and I know we would love to chat and talk with the pakodas, but I think listening to Shashikiran sir is definitely more important at this point. Thank you.
I'm very cool.
I know, but we'll bring the attention back.
So, my initial part will be like a lecture demonstration. அதனால நீங்கள் டீலாம் குடிக்கிற வரைக்கும் கொஞ்சம் எல்லாருக்கும் சூடு பிடிக்கிற வரைக்கும் can keep the theory part of it. The theory will make it science. So I want, because my topic is science, I have to show it science. So I have to give some lecture. So, yeah, the art form, when you look at it, Carnatic music. First of all, I'm going to go into what Carnatic means. Does it have a meaning at all? Have you ever read of the term Carnatic anywhere in the books? Has it been mentioned as Carnatic? Historically, if you go in, there is nothing called Carnatic. No meaningful word in Indian language that says there is something called Carnatic as we spell it today. So it is more a scientific perspective when we come. Logically, there is no word called Carnatic in our vocabulary of Indian languages. Tyagaraja or other great composers have never mentioned anything called Karnataka Sangeetam or Carnatic music. They only mentioned Sangeetam. The definition of Sangeetam in ancient treatises from the 2nd century of where we have a documentation, Bharatas Natya Shastra or other forms, Sangeetam means, you'll be surprised, it is Geetam, Vadyam and Nrityam. Put together is Sangeetam. So, the definition itself over the years has changed a lot. And if you take a literal meaning of Sangeetam, any good music, Sangeetam means that which is Sangati or Sangeetam, is something which blends beautifully. So a good music is Sangeetam. Tyagaraja has never mentioned it as Sangeetam. Today we have a lot of talk whether this is an art or it is Bhakti Margam or it is other, just the art form itself has to be explored. All these concepts we have. The concert itself, Kacheri, the concert form that we are seeing today is a very, very new one. It's only as recent as, okay, it's new from a timeline perspective. Definitely by our age perspective, it's old. It's only 140 to 150 years old. The concert format that we are seeing today, or the kacheri that we are seeing today, the Sabha culture itself came in very late. So I'm talking all this because a lot of performers, a lot of young kids are learning music, but we are not aware of certain simple things that we learn as music. I don't know how much I can cover in this time, but I'll try to cover some important things which is a must for all the students to know, and sometimes even rasikas, because we don't have documental evidences for many things, and in terms of what we have, I have tried to put together something. And while we are looking at the Sabha culture, Kacheri is a term. First of all, the Kacheri, the word called Kacheri itself is not connected with music at all. Kacheri means, actually the Carnatic music or music was patronized. Earlier, it was patronized by the kings and the landlords. And before that, it was presented in temples. After that, slowly, when people started moving to the cities, they wanted to start something formal. And the main reason for that is for this to become even classical music, it's completely we have to credit it a little bit towards the British rule. British rulers made this formal setup of how we listen to music, not because they directly sat and started sabhas, but the courts, the procedures, the advocates took over from the landlords, lawyers, advocates, judges, they came in to patronize Carnatic music. They started the formal Carnatic setup of a sabha culture, where formal listening came. The court proceeding is called kacheri. Any court proceeding is actually called kacheri. That is how the term also was taken. So it's got nothing to do with the classical music itself. So from there, what is Carnatic? This word Carnatic, I was looking at it historically, I didn't find anything. Karnataka Sangeetam is for the very first time mentioned by a person called Manikya Mudaliyar in a work called, it's not even a treatise, it's a work called Sangeeta Chandrika. So that has a chronological details of all the ragas that he could compile during his times. He's given numerous ragas, Janya ragas, so many ragas that we would not even be familiar today, but it's a beautiful compilation of all the ragas. But he has mentioned the word Karnataka Sangeetam because he attributed it to something traditional. Was this classical music? This became classical music because of the formal hearing, because that is how the Western music is heard in a setup. That is how even our formal dress sense came in. How to listen, the membership concepts, payments for ticketed programs, all of this we have to attribute it to the advocates who started this Sabha culture. Till then there was nothing called any formal hearing. And the Kovil they will keep, and whatever is collected, that will be given. So it's a lot of change from that to a formal setup. So then we started thinking that, oh, there is a serious art form and it's being presented in certain formal way. Then formal setup, the minute you have a formal setup, we start attributing it more to an art form and how it should be aesthetically looked at and seen. And so they also started thinking how it should be presented. Now, showcasing an art form in a particular way, that became the concept of how the Carnatic concert repertoire built. So, the whole thing we have to attribute it to only about 130, 140 years. So, the Tyagaraja, Muthuswami Dikshitar, Shyama Shastri, or a Purandara Dasa, or Annamacharya, or any other composer of the past compose anything for us to sing like this, I'm sure that is debatable. I don't know whether they intended it for that. So, to even cast our opinions on that would be probably, going too much into something that we don't know. Because their pursuit was completely different when they created. And why I'm saying this is, till today, the core of what we are presenting on stage is still the compositions composed by them. Any amount of originality which we bring in the form of Ragam Dhanam Pallavi or a few other compositions, modern compositions that we create or tune, is all still only 10 or 15%. So we still cannot claim the ownership of transforming what they intended it. But definitely there is something that we have done and which is the positive, and I'm only going to look at the positives. Because once it's an art form, we have to only see the evolution and it has to grow, right? So, what has come in is the brilliance of all these composers, even the concept of how they sang, we don't know. It has been passed on by masters, great masters. Through the concert only we have heard these forms, and they have made it presentable to a particular set of audience. They have added, embellished those and decorated those compositions with sangadis or formatted them in a structure that can be appreciated by all. Even the tempo for a particular song to how it is presented is all set predominantly by these masters, these great masters. So, of course, the versions could have been, the basic versions could have been through the disciples of the Shishya Paramparas of the great composers, but other than that, we don't even know how it was rendered. And the improvisations that we are doing in a particular place, whether those composers would have ever thought of doing it, or would have even thought that they should improvise somewhere for that song, we don't know. But from what we hear in some songs, like Tyagaraja mentions how a song has to be presented. Shobillu Saptaswara, for instance, he exactly says how a voice culture should be. That gives us a clear insight that they knew the art of presenting it. They knew how it should be sounded, or how it should sound. What is good music, how it should be sounded, or how it should be listened to, everything they have mentioned. So that is our resource, that they were very adept in performance angle of how they thought it should be performed, but we are not sure that they performed for a set of audience who are listening to it in a formal way. And now let us move into some important aspects of the notes, the melody. I'm going to segment it into a different part because you are also listening to concerts. I'm going to ask these brilliant young musicians to sing and showcase a few things. We're also going to see how we can improvise also on the spot. Now the first thing is the notes. Can we just sing Sarigama Padanisa? Plain. Any raga, Maya Modagura. Sa difference between a scale and a raga? Scale is a skeleton. Like how we can see in X-ray, skeleton, or in labs, biology labs, if somebody has visited, you would know how a skeleton looks. Only when we add the flesh and every other things that makes it who we are. And there is a uniqueness to every single person. We all have hands, eyes, face, everything. But how each person is unique. Similarly, every raga is unique. These ornamentations into this makes it wholesome. A melodic entity is called the raga. So let's try with gamakam, the same thing. And why are we doing this in gamakam is the most important thing to define this as an art form. So I'm going to come to that. So let's try this. There is science behind this gamakams and there is a lot of art. So there are many ways of doing it. In the speed, it's like this. We sing it a little faster. How will it be? You hear these terms, gamakas. What are gamakas? They are ornamentation. We all want to be dressed well for a particular occasion. Similarly, a raga also wants to feel presentable. Needs to be well dressed. We can't just leave it as such. We have to imagine a raga as an individual like us. We have to feel that a raga is a complete life. And only when you feel that, you will understand what it is. What is the literal meaning of a raga? Raga literally means emotion. Passion. Passion is the actual meaning. Raga means passion. And why do we add gamakas? Could have been plain. Sari gama. You can do magarisa, pamagarisa, the pamagarisa. It can be in pitch. It will still be in pitch. But you will not communicate. Even if there is a word, you take a language for instance. If you have just the letters and you combine it into even a word, unless you have a full sentence, you are actually not connecting why that word exists and the context of that word. So to know that, we need all these gamakas to be added and decorated. Now, so to me, the gamakas, why was it created? If you look at this pattern, let me do the first half and the second half. Do the Sarigama and then Padanisa separately. Sarigama. Just do till there. Sarigama. What do you do there? What is that movement?
Oscillation.
Oscillation of what? That's called Kampitam. Oscillation. That's one of the gamakas, but where do you connect it from? Sari. Then Ga starts from where? Re. And goes till where? Ga. Then Ma. So Padanisa, can you do? important thing that I wanted to communicate in this was, if you take the spectrum of Sarigama, that is the first tetrachord of an octave. Sarigama, and then Padanisa is the next. Sa and Pa are there in the Shruti. A tonic note. First of all, in Carnatic music, if you see, is very different from Western music. Why I also said that this is very different from most other music systems. If you take Western music, it's equitempered. That is the distance between the first note, second note, third note is all equal. That's called equitempered. But in Carnatic music, it is just intonation. Just intonation means by hearing, you will have to get the frequency. The frequency which is put as Re1 will not be the same Re1 for all the ragas. It could be sounding a little flat or a little sharp based on the gamaka or the connection. Gamaka is nothing but connecting 2 points. Sa to Re is a movement, Re to Ga is another movement, and Ga to Ma is another movement. So connecting each of these will make what is called a gamaka, sensible. So this is why the science comes in. But before the science, why do we do it makes it an art. Why are we doing this? Because we want emotion. We want it to communicate, every raga to communicate some emotion. So that is why it's being done in a particular way. And the Sarigama, whatever treatment you give, Padanisa, you give the same treatment, if it is the same note. That is the brilliance of the science behind this. So can it be decoded? Yes, it can be decoded mostly. There are exceptions to the rules, but predominantly you can follow the rule. So you did Kararapriya. Let's take Kararapriya. Can you sing the scale? With Gamakam. So though I'm saying Ga, actually if you hear it, so can you sing that? So anybody who knows music, this is very unique only to Carnatic music. That movement is Re, Ma, Re, Ma, Re, Ma, Re, but it's in the speed of Re, Ma, Re, Ga, Ga. If I even give a little bit of more elongation in any of the notes, it will be Re, Ma, Re only. Re, Ma, Re, Ma, Re, Ma, Re. If I do it, it's gone. Re, Ma, Re, Ma, Re, Ma, Re. So the frequency or ratio of Ma is 3 to Re is 1. Re 2 is 1. Starts in Re 2, but there is no Ga at all. The Ga 2 is missing actually. Ga. Though I am telling it as Ga, to everybody's ear it's supposed to be told as Ga, but we are not singing Ga. That is the paradox, because we are using something called an arithmetic mean as a concept. You are oscillating between 2 and 4 to get an illusionary 3. That's the third note. That is the beauty of the system. So it makes it very, very different from many other music forms. And that's what is interesting, and that's why I said you should look at the science. And why are we doing this? I'll tell you the reason. Now I told you that this is also an art form. Why? And why the emotion is important here. So now let me sing it plain. Sari ga, that is the actual position. Sari ga, ma ga re sa. Carnatic music is a beautiful system which only wanted positivity for all. All the ragas, they wanted only positivity. If I sing any minor note plain, it will create a pathos effect, or at least it will sound sober. Carnatic music, they wanted to negate that. So they oscillated between 2 major notes. Re 2 is a major note, Ma is a major note, Ma 1, even in Western, so not just in Carnatic. So you oscillate between these two, the negative impact of that Ga or the first, where we technically call it as Sadharana Gandharam, the negative effect of that will go. The minor notes, negativity will go, and it will sound more positive. So the same raga will completely change in its mood and color. This is why this is a beautiful art form which blends science so seamlessly. The logic of this, I don't know whoever conceived it, when they conceived it, but it's beautifully done. But this is very important for us to know as students of music, because people say, sing with gamaka. What is this gamaka? Why am I supposed to say this? Not told much. It's not defined at all. So this connectivity is important. Okay. Before I go further, you have any questions? Because I don't want it to be a monologue. Have any questions on music? We'll have a couple of questions and then we'll move forward. We'll sing more. Any questions? No. Yeah, go ahead.
How was Ramu and the Ramakans and all those things?
Wait, I can't hear you. Okay.
Can come forward, Mike.
I'm just curious, like how.
Mike Angarku.
I'm just curious if you can elaborate a little bit on how you spoke about how the raga brings the emotions and things like that. How the raga and the kamakams like play into bringing the bhavam into the composition that you are.
Yeah, composition is a development of whatever this raga is. So what is the sound design? So do you know any other thing? Or say Mayamadula, Deva Kalyamate. You want to sing Deva Kalyamate? All of you know it? Okay, what other song? Mayamadula. Tulasi Dara, do you know that? Okay.
Tulasi Dara Mulaje
So if I say Tulasi Dara Mulaje Shamuga Pujinchu. I'm not very good in singing completely plain, but I try. Okay, close to getting there. Pada ma ga ma pa ma ga ma ga ri sa ni sa ri ga ma ga ma da ma pa ma ga ma. If I sing like that, there'll be no emotion. Now the emotion is not only in that. The emotion also is enhanced because in a composition you have words which also communicate a meaning. Tulasi dala mulache santoshamuga pujinchu. So what Tyagaraja is here saying is, see, first of all, this, you know the significance of doing a puja with tulasi leaves, right? He is very happy feeling the energy of the tulasi leaves, and this, when the puja is usually done, morning. This is a raga which is very apt for morning mood. Even the appropriateness of this raga comes in handy, where that mood is enhanced by the raga itself. Okay? And the meditative feel in this raga is automatically brought because this Maya Malagula brings you that feel of early morning. What do you practice? Akaram and all, Maya Malagula. So it's beautifully brought in this without explaining all this. The music itself is supposed to go and showcase the entire thing. So that is how the words and the melody come together. And the great composers had it in them that they could bring in this kind of appropriateness of what they sang. So, you know that Nada combination? Okay, you know it? Sing. Nada Anumanisham Shankaram taking this raga because we just spoke about Karara Priya. Now what are these? This ragam is called Chittaranjani. This particular song is not Karara Priya, but it's called Chittaranjani. But what are the notes? It's the notes of Karara Priya. Can you sing the notes?
Sariga.
Sing the notes in the ragam. Sarigama padani varasapta swara. Sarigama padani varasapta swara. Vidyalolam vidalita kahalam. So it's a beautiful song. But why has he not done it in Karara Priya? Why he wanted to create a Chittaranjani or name this Chittaranjani when it has exactly the same notes of Karara Priya? That is where the genius of these great composers come in. We don't know this, we can't enjoy this. Why is it a genius and why? That's what makes this a brilliance of an art also, and the expression of art and the expression of creativity. See, if you look at the meaning of this song, it's a complete surrender. Nada Tanumanisham Shankaram Namami me Manasa Shirasa. That is the first Pallavi. First of all, the Nada itself is a sound of music. Sound of music in Indian music connotation is called Nada. It's not just mere physics. There's something beyond physics also. Because it's supposed to be holistic. The sound of Om. You take any other syllable, you can either have a vowel sound or something. This is the only syllable which encompasses all the vowels in one. So it's very, very holistic. So that's what created the Nada. Right? Now, when you are surrendering to a Nada, the sound of music, Tyagaraja is completely surrendering in the sound. And he says, the entire Nada is an embodiment of the form of Shankara or the Shiva. And to me, the tonic note here, you have two forms of energy. Do we all agree that in science? What are the forms of energy that we call? Potential and kinetic energy. Potential energy is a static energy. Right? It's also called the static energy. Sa for us is a tonic note. It's a static note. From there, all the notes, any moment you give, it's Re, Ga, Ma, Da, Ni. Pa will be almost echoing what Sa is. So now, that's the brilliance where he says, in the sound of music, when you are surrendering yourself to the greatness of Shiva, he is cutting the head of Sa itself, High Sa. Why? Because there is no ego. If he had put that, Chittaranjani would not have come. Tyagaraja sings this without any ego. So in Karara Priya, he took out the High Sa and anything above High Sa. So there's only till Sarigama Padani. And Veda, if you take Vedic chants in Sama Veda or anything, it does not go beyond that octave. So Karara Priya is the closest to the Samavedic chants. That's why he has chosen this raga. So a lot of appropriateness that they have brought in, which we cannot codify so easily. In a concert scenario, we'll not be thinking about this also. We learn this, we sing it, but we may not even know why we are doing it. So that is why there is extra special to know these things when we learn a song. Okay, now we'll move on to something else. I'm talking a little bit about melody. I will quickly move on to the rhythmic side as well. Because I'm seeing some of you are getting bored. So let's make you do something, some action, some kriyas. Okay? So, Laya is again universal. It's there in every moment. It's a universal rhythm. What is Laya in other sense? It's a heartbeat, pulse rate, We have doctors here, they know. So everything has the normal person. What is the pulse rate of a normal person, or what should it be? 72 to 80 roughly. Then you are at least on the line of being normal. Unless you are running and then, or you have other issues, it could be faster or slow. Now, during this times of your pulse rate, if you take compositions, the beats should match. The beats itself is, what is the terminology of beats? Any beats is connected to your heart rate. That is exactly what rhythm is. Or to your pulse. So now, Tyagaraja's compositions, if you take, predominantly most compositions are between 72 to 80 beats per cycle, and that's why it's most popular in the world. Why Tyagaraja is one of the favorite composers for most Carnatic composition? Because Carnatic composition in a concert will be successful if you render it between 72 to 80 beats. Madhyama Kalam, what we call. That will give it a peppiness to the concert, and it will keep the concert active. If you are, but what we do for music therapy, for instance, somebody is depressed. I'm only doing it pulse rate, then it's not going to activate them. So they often want to go, they want something peppy. So you need a really fast song. So it should be double. So for that also there are songs. So Tyagaraja himself composed, but there are other composers also. Like, you know Ramu, Shashikiran, can you sing fast? Or Vararagalaya? Oh, you love that. Okay, sing Vararagalaya. You know it? Sing fast. 1, 2, 3.
Vararagalaya, Nyuluta Manoju, 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 Shri Rama Vararagalaya, Nyuluta Manoju, Vararagalaya, 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 Shri Rama.
Good, very good. So, I'm sure they have woken you up. So basically, it will give you an active, this thing. This is almost, if you actually look at the metronome. The metronome is an instrument that measures the beats per cycle. So, if you look at it, it will be almost double, or at least 120. This will be around between, what they rendered is between 120 to 130. Now, for a person who is in the other extreme, for a depressed person, you have to give something this fast. But for the other extreme, hypertense people like me who are always too hyper, we need something sober. Okay? So, we'll go in with the next extreme of Chaukakalam. We have had great artists like MDR and others who sung it in that speed to give us that feel of relaxed mode. Even the ragas are like that. You can hear certain ragas, Neelambari for instance. Why is Neelambari a raga for sleeping? Because it is that relaxing. It is to be rendered in that pace. Oh, you know sing that. good. So the speed, if you see, just the Pallavi, only without any Sangati, first time itself takes you almost a minute. But the main thing about this is the relaxed space in which Dikshitar has composed also. So difference between Tyagaraja and Dikshitar in this particular composition is a very beautiful example. Of course, he has done Madhyama Kalams in many of his compositions to break the monotony of how it should sound. That is the brilliance of Dikshitar, where when it's even a slow song, he will bring in Madhyama Kalam in between to make it interesting. But mainly, this kind of pace will be very suitable for people who are hyper-tensed. Now, the most important thing is how we understand and decorate our music. The creative parts, even the Manodharmam, which we call as Kalpana Swarams. Kalpana Swarams, we build a climax and do the chorway and all that. That is to create the energy. Now, the entire concept of music is to create some energy. The energy and the effect is the art. Because that is what we want to communicate finally with the audience. So what we create as an effect is for the audience. That is the art form and how to present it. Now what is the science behind it? To ensure that the Kalpana Swaram lands correctly in Talam and all that, that is the science part of it. If I go into the details of that, we'll need an entire seminar for it. So I'm not going to go in too much into the details of that. But how it is rendered in a concert, if you take maybe one song, you can do a little bit of Swaram. What song you want? You know the song? Pakal Nilbadi, you know? Any other song? Aparam Murthy, you know? Jnana Musudaraga? Shivashivanaraga. Do you know that? Okay, try.
Shiva Shiva Shivaya Narada.
So we are going to see them do a Kalpana Swaram.
Sari 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 Dadani Agamamula. Kamapadani Dani Risani Gama Kamapadani Agamamula.
So now, Agama is whether it's after 2 or whether it's after 3, that is the science. Whichever you want to take, you have to stick to that. Now, to do it correctly, there is math, there is science, everything behind that. So, of course, after that you can do a lot of patterns. I'll just make you do, can you all try and put the thalam? Okay. You all know which is the longest thalam in Carnatic music? Anybody who knows? Which is the longest thalam? Putting even Adi thalam is so difficult for us, right? The concept. Can you put Adi thalam first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, the representation of rhythm into beats and the parts of thalam, that itself is the beauty. You know, rhythm being represented in a unit of measure. That is the thalam. That is so much interesting. Now, we have many thalams. So I'm going to make you do the longest thalam. What is this? What is the longest thalam? Without Google. Yeah. Huh? What is it? What is it? Sankirna? Sankirna Jati Atada. Huh? Sankirna Jati Atatalam. In the 35 thalams, that is not the longest, but still it's close. Which one? Dhruva thalam in 35 thala cycle, that is the longest. Okay. Now in the whole gamut of Carnatic music, there's a thalam called Simmanandana thalam. The name itself is lion. Simmanandana thalam. Okay? You know the count of that? Anybody knows? It's going to be fascinating for you to try this because it's going to be fun.
120.
120 is close.
108.
Yeah, one note.
108 tala is separate tala system itself. I'll end with this for today because we have a wonderful concert by my friend Vidwan Manimaran, which you are all waiting to listen. So 128 cycles or counts, 128 counts per cycle of the tala. Now we know the common things. One, this is a beat with finger counts is called a lagu. Beat and a wave is called dhritam. Just a beat is called anudhritam. These are all what? They are called limbs of the tala or angas of the tala. So there are other angas. Do you know any other anga other than this? There's an anga called guru. How do you put guru? Guru is 8. You put it like this: 1, 2, not the guru as your teacher. But there's an anga called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the mommies will know, the old mommies I'm telling you, who really were used to doing maabatifying. But today it's not common because we have mixers for that also. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Somebody would have been doing this and they would have figured out you can do a guru like this. So it look interesting. Then there is something called plitham, which is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all angas which were there in the past, which was easily being done by people who were in our past masters. But days went by and we want everything simple, right? So we want DoorDash, we want everything. We don't have time to even go for Instacart will come, Amazon will come and give it. So similarly, we wanted to simplify all the talas. So now we have the shortest tala, Rupa tala, 1, 2, 3. Right? That's easy for us. But this is a little bit for your memory power, I'm telling you. The other thing which is important for children is Carnatic music will enhance your IQ. And that's why we are going to do this. So the last angam which you need to know is called Kakapala. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 down here, a beat, then upward 1, 2, 3, 4, then this side 1, 2, 3, 4, this side another 1, 2, 3, 4. So a beat, upward, left, right. So you can show the directions, okay? Basically a cross or a plus, whatever you like. Now, with this tala, 128, right? We need to get 128. So this is totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Totally how many counts? 16. Guru is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pritham is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. How many? 12. So if you remember this, now you can learn this. Guru, Guru, Lagu, Pritham. Lagu, Guru, Dhritam, Dhritam. Guru, Guru, Lagu, Pritham. Lagu, Pritham, Guru, Lagu. Lagu Kakapada. That's all. Very simple tala. Again, I'll tell it one more time. Guru, Guru, Lagu, Pritham. Lagu, Guru, Dhritam, Dhritam. Guru, Guru, Lagu, Pritham. That's repeated. First and second set you repeat. Third set you repeat. Then you have Lagu, Pritham, Guru, Lagu, and Lagu Kakapada. Okay, that's all. So let us try. Guru, can we start? The first part alone you get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So first is what? Guru, Guru, Lagu, Plitham. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then Lagu. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plitham. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the first set. Can you all do this first set quickly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guru, Guru, Lagu, Pritham. Lagu, Guru, Dhritam, Dhritam. Next set. Lagu, can you all do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Guru. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dhritam, dhritam. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, can you do this set again? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Guru. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second set is what? Guru, Guru, Lagu, Dhritam. Lagu, Guru, Dhritam, Dhritam. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 1, 2. Got it? Now next set is first set, same set. Guru, Guru, Lagu, Dhritam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and the fourth set is Lagu Pritam, Guru Lagu. Lagu Pritam. Lagu is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then Lagu, Pritam, Guru, Lagu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth set, can we do it again? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Last is Lagu and Kakapadam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kakapadam is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple as this. Okay? This is one cycle of one talam. Now can you know that Adi talam is the easiest for you to put in a concert? We didn't want to complicate. This is how many Adi talams? Can somebody say it quickly? How many Adi talams make one Simanandana talam? Adi talam is how many counts? 8. So to get 128, 60. Good, great. Good job. Let's give a big round of applause to these 8 musicians. Thank you for volunteering. I will tell them what I'm going to do because I myself did not know what I'm going to say. I had a lot of material here and I have some PPTs, but maybe I'll share it with PPTs on various things. I had zodiac ragas in mind, but I don't have the time. Every zodiac sign has some certain ragas, and I wanted to share that. Next time I'll talk on just music and astrology. Thank you.
Give one more round of applause for this wonderful live aspects. We just showed you just சினிமாவில் தானம் இது வந்து ஒரு நாள் இல்லை 2 நாள் 3 நாள் ஒரு வாரம்லாம் வராது. ஆனால் எவ்வளோ சீக்கிரமாக உங்களுக்கு புரிய வச்சிருக்காரு பாருங்க. அதுக்கு ஒரு கிளாப்ஸ் கொடுங்களேன். He also know other talam called Shalavanandana talam. It's
just 79 counts.
Yeah.
But because you learned 128, I thought 79 is very, very easy for you.
And not only that, he is also capable of doing a spot Pallavi in this. Ramandana Pallavi in the Simanandana talam, Shalavanandana inge padiduvaru. Time da illa. So anyway, thank you so much for this wonderful presentation by Ramu. Shashikiran is a phenomenal and a fabulous musician and an excellent guru, and he's training several students all over the world, not only country, everywhere, and not only just எல்லாரும் வந்து தட் இஸ் வந்து நம்ம கச்சேரி பாடிடலாம், சும்மா வந்து என்னோட பாடிடலாம். ஆனால் வந்து ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டை தயார் பண்ணுறதுன்றது வந்து we need to learn from Shashikiran. ஒரு சாப்பாசா பாடுற ஒரு குழந்தை வந்து 5 வருஷத்தில் கச்சேரி பாடுறதுன்னா வந்து சசிகரனால தான் முடியும். அந்த மாதிரி அவர் ட்ரெயின் பண்ணியிருக்கார், நிறைய ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கார், நிறைய பண்ண போகிறார். ஸோ தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் Shashikiran.
Thank you to GFA, Ganesh, Shruthi Ganesh, and for Vidya Ganesh for putting this together. Such a lovely event. Sincere thanks to them. Sincere thanks to all of you for sacrificing some of your pakodas and listening to me.
Thank you very much, Shashikiran.
Thanks to
sir.
these artists here.
Thank you. That was very interactive and informative, and you explained a lot of complex topics in very simple words, and only you can do it. And he just landed from his busy concert tour, and he just landed this morning, and even you can't tell, how clear and fresh he still looks, and kudos to you, sir. Thank you so much for accepting our invite. I want to invite the President of PLAC, Shriram Ganapathy, to come and felicitate Shashikiran, sir. I would also take this opportunity to felicitate the President, Shriram Ganapathy. He has been very supportive for Gayatri Finance Global. Even last year we conducted an event and he supported us. And thank you so much, Shriram, for working out this venue for us. It is so beautiful. Thank you, and looking forward to working with you more. I would request the founder of Gayatri Finance, Ganesh, to felicitate Shriram. Secretary of Gayatri Finance, Dr. Murthy. He is coming here for our event for the very first time, all the way from Augusta. We would like to felicitate him too. And last but not the least, our star performer of today, visiting artist, Vidwan Manimaran sir, please come. We would like to felicitate you. So we'll give a few more minutes for the artists to come and take the stage. And the grand concert will be beginning in a few minutes. Please stay back and enjoy the concert. Thank you all. And we'll do the introduction of the artists when they are ready. Seated here. Thanks.
I request everybody to take a seat. A warm welcome to Sri Vidwan Manimoran. It's one of the, is, I can say proudly, is one of my favorite musicians. In fact, your favorite also is very well known for his Tamil composition, and he's a perfectionist in everything. And it's a great pleasure to having him today for JFA's grand finale concert. He'll be accompanied on the violin by Sri Vidwan Jayashekar Balan. And the mridangam by Sri Vinod Sitaraman. And Kanjira by Sri Kant. Please enjoy.
Felicitate Vidwan Jayashekar Balanji on the violin. wonderful.